Hey guys, CNH Auto here. We are going to change a motor mount on Tommy's 2006 Chevy Impala 3.5 liter. The motor mount is down underneath the engine
passenger side.
On the passenger side. This is the part right here. This is the manufacturer's number and brand that we got from Rock Auto, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, symptoms of how we know that the mount's bad is you can feel a vibration. Yes?
Yeah.
What else?
Shift, engine shifts hard, or the car shifts hard. You can feel it.
Okay.
Not very good.
No, I mean, if that's what it is. It is underneath the wheel well on the passenger side. Like Tommy said, you can't see it directly from up top here. We have to take the tire off and exit from the bottom there. We can jack the one side of the car up. And then we'll end up having to lift the motor up. You also have to, before you lift the motor up, you have to disconnect the T-bones, which is these mount brackets in the front of the engine. These are what they call the T-bones right here, here, and there. Okay, first thing you want to do is take off your beauty cover. Take out your oil cap. Take off the beauty cover if you have a beauty cover for this engine. Take that off. Come over and take over your hubcaps or loosen your lug nuts on your tire. Jack your car up. Put it on a jack stand. We are recording. Oop. Right now, Tommy's putting the jack stand under the frame, main frame of the car, because we are going to have, when we disconnect the engine mount, we're going to have to jack the engine up after we disconnect the T-bones. So that's what's going on at this moment. Okay, so the motor mount's behind this plastic covering. You have to remove these clips so that you can actually see it. There is a total of 3 of them. You have 1, 2, and it's not easy to see, but it is relatively easy to access. It's all the way in that back corner right there. You just pop them out with a clip puller or interior removal tool, preferably like this, or even a smaller one. Can you give me a smaller one? Alright, so we took the plastic off. We ended up prying out the plastic little tabs. They're like screw-in ones. Oh, there's one over here. We pried them out. We're gonna put in new ones. We have a kit that different sizes for domestic and foreign cars. The kit's not that expensive. You can get it anywhere. Temu, AutoZone, Amazon, whatever. Here's the motor mount. In case you're wondering what this looks like, it's right here, right behind these power steering lines, and underneath your crankshaft pulley is the motor mount, the main on this side, on the passenger side, and you can see how bad it has broken down, and it's absolutely greased out and disgusting. So it is dry rotted, no good. It needs to be replaced. So once you get that, you can actually access it, and then you're able to work from removing this bolt here. We're gonna show you how to do all that. but I wanted you to see what that looks like. And this is what the new one is going to go in like this. So the new one will go in this, and the engine will sit at the right height again. And right, Tommy? That's how. Yeah. Yep. So. Alright, under better instruction, now I understand exactly how this works. This is a bracket right here, and it's greased up and messed up to see, but you see my finger, this is a bracket. This bracket bolts into the block, and then it goes to the top of the motor mount. Now the motor mount, you can see some of the bolts here, that you bolt the bracket into right there, and it was kind of hard to see that, but you can see way back there. Okay, so this bracket bolts into the top of the motor mount, and then this bolt goes into the block directly. Underneath the mount, underneath the line here on the frame, is 2 bolts underneath. We're gonna loosen them, and that's what bolts the motor mount to the frame itself, and why it looks like this. Oops, and don't worry, I didn't hurt the mount, but as it's in there sitting like this, you have these two bolts right here. We loosen those, loosen the top bolt that holds the bracket from the block, and you need to lift your engine. So you need to have your engine at a point where it's steady, then you lift your engine up to get the mount out with the bracket. And we're going to show you how to do all that. So right now Tommy is removing the T-bones. That's one of the first things that you want to do.
Yeah.
And you can see how the engine rocks like this. He might be having to replace some T-bones eventually. The actual size is a 15 millimeter.
That's it. Now it's time to unbolt the mount.
Oh, you already unbolted both of them already.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just want to disconnect the T-bone on this side of the engine. And now the engine's actually... Can you see how the engine's moving? Yeah, engine's loose. So now now it's to disconnect the 2 bolts at the bottom of the mount and get the jack ready to jack up the engine. And disconnect the side bolt, the bracket bolt that's in the bottom of the block. But on here, I wanted to show everybody that the bolts, when you go in to look under, looking for the motor mount, knowing it's directly above here, those are your access points to those bottom bolts. Those nuts, those bolts right here. So they can make it fairly easy to unbolt. Where would be a good place to jack the engine up, Tommy? Under here.
Piece of block underneath the jack and jack it up.
Okay, so on the underneath, within this area here, I would say this bracket here, grab a nice wooden block. Once you've got everything disconnected, once you've got this disconnected from the frame, and got this bolt disconnected from the engine, you want to take a wooden block and another jack, which we have right here, and I would put it right here and jack the engine up when you're at that point. But here's the 2 nuts that have to be removed from the bottom of the mount, and then we still have to do the one. I'm not sure on the size just yet. Okay guys, so I'm about to loosen this bolt on the bracket at the bottom of the block underneath this pulley. It is a 15 millimeter. I am going to use an impact to loosen this and pull this out. Voila. Now the bracket's loose. You can see the hole where the bracket is, top of the mounts, and we're thinking at this point the bottom nuts to the mount is a 15 millimeter too. The T-bones are 15. This bolt is a 15, and that's what we're assuming at this point. Okay, so Tommy's got the block and the jack right directly underneath the oil pan, which is fine. Yep, it is a 15.
Yep.
One nut.
15.
Yep. And then the second one straight directly down in line with it. Now we're assuming, me and Tommy are assuming that this is going to come out in pieces. This motor mount, how bad it is. But then you have to keep jacking the engine up till the mount comes completely loose. And then be able to get it out from, and as you can see, the engine is coming up. Yep. That bracket, that mouse out looks like it's bolted in the back over here. Back there.
Two. There's two of them, they look like. One there and one over here.
So there's three, yeah, well, now we know. There's three bolts that hold this bracket onto this engine. And they are accessed from, you're going to have to access them from underneath. You need an extension. You have to go further back into further back. Can you see it? You need to come forward towards me.
There's no way to get it with a wrench.
With a wrench? Okay.
Yep.